Man, there's a lot of changes in the fucking program, I swear. uh
They tell me there's words that I can't say. All the stupid rules are fucking gay. I'm listening to my favorite rap song, and I just wanna sing along. Nigga, I feel like saying nigga today. Oh yeah, I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright, but when I'm by myself driving in my car, I say nigga with a hard R. Oh, fuck yeah. I don't care if you get your feelings hurt. Your reaction to the word is worse. I'm just trying to celebrate black art. Now please step away from my car, nigga. I feel like saying nigga today. Oh yeah, I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright, but when I'm by myself driving in my car, I say nigga with a hard R. Oh, fuck yeah. I sing the N-word every time I hear it. Don't blame me, I didn't write the lyrics. I'm not a hater, I just love rap songs. Please just let me sing along, nigga. I feel like saying nigga today. Oh yeah, I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright, but when I'm by myself driving in my car, I say nigga with a hard R. Oh, fuck yeah. I feel like saying nigga a heart on. Oh, fuck yeah. I feel like saying nigga today. Oh, yeah. I feel like saying nigga tonight. Alright. But when I'm by myself, driving in my car, I say nigga with a heart on.
Gotta love those catchy AI numbers, you know what I mean? Always good. Alright, you can undeafen now, Spaz.
I wasn't deafened to start with.
Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's been a while. I know. Fashionably late. You know how it is.
Fashionably late, my fucking ass.
You've been quiet this whole time, and you've said nothing. I know. A lot of infighting. A lot of bullshit. You know, all that stuff. All fun. I love it. It's great. Oh, it's just dandy.
It's literally just been a who's who of who's fucking around more and finding out.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how it's went. But we have a lot of stuff to get into. I debated what the stream I'd talk about would would be about, but I had a pretty easy answer. Now, I was going to talk about this. Let me make sure I'm streaming this to Spaz. I got to do that.
You're not doing that.
There. Problem solved.
I can't open it.
Well, I guess I'll
There
have
we
to
go.
use your imagination. Okay.
I can't do that either.
Now, I'm sure most of you already know what's happened over a month ago. We lost Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated. It's very sad, obviously. One of those things, man. One of those things. And he was taken away from us by an angry tranny furry. I didn't really think they'd be capable or smart enough to do something like this, but I guess they were. It was premeditated and planned. You know, that's awesome. That's just awesome. Have someone taken away from us because they had a different opinion.
Well, yeah, you can't have one of those. You know that, right?
Yeah, you can't have an opinion anymore. Or at least that's how it seems like it's going. But I don't want the stream to be like too sentimental on it. I mainly want to focus in on the aftermath of what happened, because there's been a lot of shit said and a lot of stuff has happened since, you know, he was taken out. So I wanted to share a few videos, a bunch of stuff, but I wanted to share this one at the start because I think it's a pretty decent video. It's from Freedom Tunes.
I don't feel like laughing this week, and I don't think you do either. He was a father, and that's the part that kills us the most. Because father seems like an increasingly rare title these days.
You're sharing a freaking
Where are
OBS
our
thing.
fathers, our leaders? Who protects our families? Are we going to get justice or words? Will there be discipline or dereliction? His children were left to fend for themselves. Now we find out if our nation is. Will networks of radicals be allowed to keep killing us while they pass laws making it harder for us to defend ourselves? Will we be thrown in prison for protecting ourselves when a robber breaks in? A never-ending duty to retreat in our own home? Because it seems as if every father has been forced to retreat from everything. God the Father removed from our schools. Earthly fathers removed from their homes. Divorces, wars, murder in the streets. Will God stop being a father to this nation because we've rejected fatherhood itself? Will we continue the retreat? Or will we turn around? back into our homes, back into our children's lives, back into our positions as heads of households. Unafraid to take power and exercise authority, political and familial, because our families need us. The political solutions are obvious and necessary. We can't accept anything less. But the personal solutions are equally uncompromising and far more difficult. If you want to change the world, go home and love your family. Speak the truth and never compromise on it. Be the kind of person whose death is celebrated by demons, by doing small things with great love. Because the turning point is here. 9/10 will be remembered as the day that our country reversed course. Or the day that America realized it didn't have a father.
Pretty good ass tribute. I'm going to be honest with you on that
Yeah,
one.
for those of you who could hear it.
I can't, like, I'd have to stream my browser to you, and I'm going to be jumping, like, to and from, so it's going to be pretty hard to keep up with that.
Skill issue.
Fuck off. How many streams have you done recently?
Oh, let's see, at least 2. I mean, well, and you mean since you've been gone, you want me to count them?
Yeah, sure, count them. Why not?
Okay, hang on. They turn it to a dick measuring contest. Okay, so the last time you streamed was like when? Like,
We played DBD together, yes.
okay, so that was back in July, 2.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
One of them was a DVD with Fish.
Yeah, and a few other people. But yeah. So, pretty damn good tribute. I'm not particularly crazy about Freedom Tunes' stuff, but the line, have your death be celebrated by demons, damn, that hit pretty fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, Jesus. So powerful. Couldn't say it better myself. So what happened? You can see how the assassination went if you're brave enough. I don't have the clips pulled up. I'm not going to, because that's pretty low taste, to be honest with you. We all know what happened. We had a furry who this was all premeditated and planned. He was he was in a conservative family or whatever, but he was the only one who was left-leaning, and everybody thought he was fucking crazy because he was. He got together with a tranny furry who I guess is in the diapers or some shit. I can't fully remember. So he decided he was going to take out Charlie Kirk because he's a giant fascist. Engraved a bunch of anti-fascist or Antifa things, like, here, fascist catch, notices your bulger woo on the bullets. And Charlie Kirk is shot in front of his family, in front of a bunch of people. So, yeah. Awful stuff. Now, of course, I'm sure some people probably don't know too much about Charlie Kirk. But I thought I would pull some clips together to give you a taste of who he was before he died.
It's 100%.
well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Hold on.
So,
Calm down. You've talked this entire
no, but
time.
representation matters to you.
Oh no, hold on.
when
One second.
matters
How
to
have the
you.
Democrats done overseeing the black community the last 40 years? Are they wealthier, richer, happier?
Everybody's made mistakes, bro. People
No.
are human
No.
beings.
Answer the question.
I'm answering. I just answered the question. There has been successes and there's been
What
failures.
success
But on
has the
your side, can I ask you this? Let me ask this question the other way.
What success?
So
exactly?
Tim Scott. This is the best way to do this. So I'm an alumni. I hope that's okay. Oregon State alumni. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Go Beavs. Go Beavs. I used to live in Bloss Hall. Anyone in Bloss Hall? Bloss Hall. Bloss Hall's all f***ed up. That's sad that it's not been changed. No. So this is maybe the better question. So in 2022, Herschel Walker would have become the very first black Republican Senate candidate to win a primary and a general election to serve their first term in office. As you know, Tim Scott was actually appointed to fill a vacated
And then
seat.
won later.
Right, but he won as an incumbent. And what's the incumbency rate in Congress? Does anybody know that number? It's like 90-something, 96%, 97% incumbency.
No,
I'm
but
just
what-
curious,
what-
do you
you
know
gotta
when
get to-
yeah, my question is, because it's not going to happen this cycle, what cycle do you think Republicans will nominate and elect their first black Republican senator to serve
You know what's
in
interesting?
office?
I think skin color is irrelevant. Why do you care so much about it?
I just told you, buddy, it's not irrelevant because it doesn't matter
Well, hold on.
to you.
No, it's interesting though. But like, you say representation. You know what?
Representation
Stop it.
matters to you.
The only representation that matters is values, not skin color.
Oh, values.
Yeah.
Right,
You-
Christian values are
Well-
important to you because 100% of Republicans in Congress represent Christian values.
Bingo.
Black values are not important
What
to
are black?
Republicans
what-
because
hold on. No.
0.001% of your representation.
Tell me very slowly so I can understand. What are black values?
I'm talking about the values of different communities.
No. Tell me
I'm
what
not-
they are. Educate me on what black values are.
That's you're picking.
So he would host these open debates on college campuses. Anyone can join in and talk to him. And he wasn't a racist, fascist like people like to scream. He wasn't like that at all. He was a family man who wanted young men and young women to get together and have kids, and live normal lives, uphold Christian values. And what were the Christian values? Being nice to people and giving people respect. That doesn't mean you have to ignore their faults or anything. That's not how it goes. Because that clip does drag on for quite a while. But yeah, he would have these forums, all these discussions with people, and they'd show up and talk to him and try to change his mind or whatever. And he wasn't just on campuses, he's also on TV and other places as well, talking to people.
Having struggled with porn myself, totally acknowledge it, so no one...
Have you jerked off to me?
Oh my God, Molly.
He's thinking.
I've never heard of you before, so yeah,
That's the answer, because your wife is watching.
that's true. I've never heard of you before.
That was kind of out of pocket, Molly.
Molly, I have sympathy for you. I do. You're trying to cope with the suppression of your soul. And filming yourself having sex with other men is not the highest and best use of the talents that God gave you. It's not. And
That is a talent God gave me.
well, it's not the highest and best use, and it's not a talent, because, as I said, in my belief, that should be saved in a sacred domain. We're not going to agree on that. But I hope you change course. I think you'll be happier and more joyful, and I pray you don't have to suffer too much to realize that.
He just basically destroyed her right then and there, and she's just kind of quiet. Ooh, there. So I mean, he wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't. But he was conservative, and we all know conservatives are very evil. So that's at least what the media likes to tell us. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And so the moment he was shot in front of a huge crowd in front of his family, people were celebrating his death.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. It's just great.
That's what they thought. That's what they believed. And of course, a bunch of people were like that. Very, very much so. And of course, advocating for violence, as they usually do.
If you voted for Republicans, you should have your voting rights suspended at least one election. You don't get the chance to do it again. You can earn it back, though. You got to take some classes or something, but no. We're going to give you the wheel twice.
We're going to take away your voting rights. That's what they say. We're going to take them away. We're going to take them all away. Why? Because you voted for the side we didn't like. You're going to take classes. You're going to go to school. You gotta go through and do that, right? Oh, oh man. You can't make this up. This is really how they are.
Let them just silently take their flags down and stop talking about politics. Get the voter rolls. See who they voted for. Turn off their rights. Whoa, PR, that's real authoritarian. Glad you noticed.
And they're not shy about it either. They're not shy about it at all.
It
And of
reminds
course,
me of someone.
who does it remind you of? Does it start with a B?
No.
Well, you got us having our thinking caps on. Who is it?
Kind of reminds me of Ferret.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, don't worry about that one. But don't you worry about that one. We'll get to that one.
Can we continue to have a civil conversation without you being an outside agitator?
Don't have civil conversations with fascists. I'm sorry. Look at what you're doing. Look at you supporting.
You really can't handle yourself in public?
I can handle it with non-fascists, bro. I can handle it with people that support basic human rights and democracy. We're not fascists.
Try to handle yourself a little
Look at what
bit.
you got on your head right now. That dumbass hat. Take that shit off.
Nah, it's a great hat. The hat makes him a fascist.
I got class. I wish I could say no. You support fascists. It's all right.
We support
We'll be here all
fascists.
day. Can you define fascism? I'll be back. Define fascism.
You can't. Majority of my family died because of fascists and Nazis.
You support it. Define it right now. I got class. I don't got time for this bullshit.
He doesn't know how to define fascism. What is fascism? What is fascism?
He doesn't know.
What is fascism? You're a fascist. I don't talk to fascists. What is fascism?
Mm.
Oh, I gotta go. Bye. Oh. Yep. That's how it goes. That's how they've been for the last few years. We all know this already. This isn't anything really new. But it's definitely shone through. And people are starting to notice it more and more. And it's not just mocking Kirk's death either. They're also mocking his widow too.
Father, forgive them.
So now the thing is to mock how she's grieving.
I don't have to play the full clip for this one because it's just a few seconds. But yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough. Hey, Bag, I didn't know you're streaming. Yeah, I know. I didn't tell anybody.
Oh, evil.
At least she's doing okay.
I told everyone.
Told everybody.
I told everyone. I mean, no one cares enough to actually watch, but I told everybody.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't care. I like it when it's smaller. Less cramp. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Don't let him lie. He's not okay.
No, I'm not okay. I'm dying. I'm dying. Let me unlock this one. I don't know why some of these ones keep shifting off in the wrong direction. There we go. So, here's a completely rational person. Now, I don't know. I don't know about the rest of you, but I can't tell if that's a woman or something else. Can we roll that back? What does that look like? Is that a man? I can't tell because of all the soy.
Weak men with vaginas.
Women with dick and weak men with vaginas.
Yep.
I don't know. Very rational thinking attitudes. Very nice to see. It's not just also, wiping your ass with a flag and then throwing at people. I don't even want to imagine what that flag smells like after. You can only imagine. But if you even try to go to certain places and print off memorials like this one, how do they treat you when you go there?
So we came in for an order earlier to print a poster for a vigil tonight.
Yeah, so
for somebody that passed. It's not.
It's propaganda.
How the hell is a memorial a memorial printout propaganda? What the fuck does that mean? What are they implying, that he didn't die? That it's a cover up? It's a false flag? What are you talking about?
The idea of having the memorial itself they see it as a platform that directly distracts away from, or not, shouldn't say distract. Sorry, I'm like I said, I'm incredibly fucking tired. They don't want him to be a martyr. The number one reason why leftists don't want to kill people is because they don't want to, one, deal with legal repercussions of having done so, or having to have this be the thing that balkanizes people to react or to dive into how these people are. I'm gonna continue to say these people, but
I don't know. Saying these people seems a little bit generous. These purple crowns about. I have no idea. I mean, I just came back from streaming like after a couple months, so I don't fucking know. I don't know. I guess it means for people who comment the most. I don't know. I didn't set it up.
Yeah, but yes, that's a thing that's in YouTube now. Whoever it's like who's number one fan. It's like a little game for people to see if they can comment the most in their thingamadoodle.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. And I don't really care. It's just a cosmetic thing.
Sorry, we don't put that here.
Alrighty, so what's your name?
Carol, I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, we do
so
not
they
print-
say they don't print
we don't
political
print-
propaganda.
No.
So this is somebody that passed away a couple years
That's
ago.
political propaganda, unfortunately. I'm
So
sorry.
this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
What makes it propaganda?
Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to.
I don't have to explain to you. I don't have to explain here with my baking catastrophe shirt hanging everything out. I have double tits. I have 2 sets of tits. I don't have to explain anything to you. It's propaganda. Get out. We're not giving it to you. And what was her name? Fernell? You know that name or I don't know. I don't care what her fucking name is because she's not important. But she does remind me of somebody. She reminds me of Ferret. She reminds me a whole lot about Ferret. And I've heard that, she's been laughing about Charlie Kirk dying. Thought it was very funny.
Are you telling me the chick who has a piss fetish and wants to get dominated by strong female characters and is very vocal about being against things that she doesn't like on the political spectrum and has a stick up her ass about religion to an extreme degree, the point where it's like
she hates you because you're Christian? Yeah.
I mean,
know.
There are plenty of reasons to hate me, and some people have legitimate reasons, but even they have a hard time, saying that that's the one key thing. Like, oh, he's a Christian, therefore I hate him. That's some demonic shit.
Yeah,
I've met like loads of fucking people, and maybe some of them don't like me, but I don't think they've ever like gone to that degree.
Yeah. But she was one of them. And, because, she's brought up and because I thought about her, I thought I'd take a little bit of time to do a bit of a roast. I think it's been a little more than necessary on this regard. Because it's kind of fucked up for her to be like, yes, an innocent man with a family who did absolutely nothing but express his freedom of speech. I'm glad he's dead. Fuck him. And the thing is, with a lot of people, and you're going to see this later when we go through it, a lot of these people talking a big game about how bold they are, they can't handle it when it gets thrown back at them. And I want to make Ferret an example out of this one, because I think it's funny.
You know, it's just a thing we got to stick to and go, hey, everyone deserves protection, and then eventually it will happen. It just takes a long time. I mean...
Oh my god, it's Nikocado. Look.
Live in the Middle East because you said that to me before?
Well, it's because I'm actually gonna be bluntly honest about that. At least you're not being thrown off of roofs. At least you're not having acid thrown in your face.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'd rather be called a faggot every day than be deformed or dead.
Now, I want to preface this clip because I'm not really explaining anything about it. This is all, like, while I was just in a VC talking to people while playing Dead Island. And this conversation, Ferret would have these fights with Milk for, like, absolutely no fucking reason. She'd always start it, and Milk, every single time, would just knock Ferret on her ass, and Ferret would run to me crying, wanting to get her banned. Every time. So, it was quite a shit show to
Are you telling me that Ferret got her feelings hurt when she couldn't use her half-ass logic as a way to actually garner what she wanted in an argument, and then she would complain that someone who has a different viewpoint of her mollywopped her in an argument and they have to be gotten rid of?
I know, right? Isn't that surprising? I know. I know.
I just usually tag people 1,000 times and then they fucking leave.
Yeah.
For 48 hours straight.
So, yeah, I'll
But I
stick with
should
that.
still be allowed to say something. That's my point.
Well, then say something.
And I
No one's-
have
no one's
been, and then
stopping
you get mad at me for saying stuff.
Oh,
and
is
it's
that
like-
what this is about? Is
Come
that
on,
what this
please
is
don't
about?
fight now. Come on, please don't.
Fight for my amusement.
I mean,
though.
she started it. If she doesn't like that people want to question her, that's fine.
And the thing is, like, I'm groaning about this because every time they're in a VC, Ferret would always start these fucking arguments and fights. Now, I don't think I have the clip with me right now, but they got an argument about Muslims, and Milk had some disagreements with Ferret, and Ferret basically told her, I hope you get acid thrown in your face and you get fucking raped. As you do, naturally, with people you disagree with. So, the fact that Milk, because she's a lot older, much older than Ferret, has enough restraint to not immediately jump in and start, saying whack shit like that, to somebody else because of a disagreement. Shows a little bit of restraint for a fucking idiot. It's pretty admirable.
Ferret was a total bitch to me no matter how nice I tried to be, and every time I thought we'd finally be getting along, nope, she's still a cunt. Well, that's the thing, amazing dude. Once a cunt, always a cunt. That doesn't change.
Yeah, I figured that one out.
Just the smell, depending on the day, but a cunt still a cunt.
Yep, pretty much. And I know that, because some people, that changed very quickly. Some people, like Fish, would defend Ferret and want to fight and argue with Milk, when Milk literally did nothing to Ferret
What?
at all.
Are you telling me that Fish would, carry water on behalf of someone?
I know.
Is wrong?
I know. A lot of deep lore being discussed for this 2-3 minute long clips I have cobbled together. But
I totally don't have anything, totally haven't experienced any of that firsthand or anything 3 times already.
yeah. Come on, let's not fight. You're just
Well,
it's just a silly server of dumb shit. That's all it is.
Well, I mean, Bag, she started it. She just doesn't like people questioning her.
Yes. Yeah. That's true.
I shouldn't be.
See, even when I'm being neutral, I have to say, yeah, because I know. And the thing is, like, I get tired of having to sort through these fights every single time, but even I won't sit here, like, playing neutral and be like, nah. No, it's true. Yeah, Ferret starts it, and then she gets smacked around and bullied, and then Ferret runs to me crying about it.
Oh, excuse me.
That's a spicy one to ingest. A lot of deep bag lore.
Question for not liking
You
religion.
should be questioned because it's called free speech, Ferret. I thought that's what your country stood for.
I should be allowed to
not
not
free
like
speech?
religion without everyone fucking jumping down my throat.
Well, too bad. That's not how the world works. If you don't like something, people are allowed to question what you don't like. Too bad. If you want to live in a free society, go in a fucking safe space or something, because we don't have time for that.
Well, I know you're thankful for not living in the Middle East, but I can't wait till they invade your country.
Sure, yeah.
Because they allow everyone
I'm
in.
sure they will. I'm sure they will, yeah. Oh yeah, I'll also get acid thrown on my face. Yeah, don't forget about that part. I'm sure that will happen.
Well, allowing everyone in, that's what happens when you allow everyone in.
But you know what, Ferret? You know what, Ferret? At least I'm not an ugly, twisted human being like you. I think there is reasons why people leave you notes at work, and I don't think it's anything to do with being gay. It's just because you're a bad person.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, see, I
Pause for a hot minute. Are you telling me that Ferret was such a problem in her actual life, in her workplace, that people left passive-aggressive notes
Yes.
for her to find? Saying,
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Deep lore. Deep fucking lore.
Wow. No, see, that's the part I'm not surprised about. You know what part I'm surprised about? The
What?
fact of her having a job. That's the part that surprised the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I got more.
You know that,
Oh,
right?
you could turn off your bad person. Well, do it more
I just don't like you as a human.
Do
because
it more
you're sitting to
often,
me.
Ferret, because I don't think it's me. I don't think it's me. I think you do that to everyone, because you just don't know how to be a good person.
That is true. Milk hit the nail on the head with that one. She also hits the nail on the head on a different call. I have to fish through like dozens of clips on my DVR to find it. But Milk, in one instance, you have to take my word for it for right now. She made fun of Ferret's weight. Like a jab. The thing is, Milk didn't even know anything about like Ferret in that regard. Ferret has an eating disorder.
What? Are you telling me Ferret is an overweight bull dyke?
Yummers. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can get Vapor to pull a David Shitrat, make the gay go away with his cock. I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. Of course, that's a joke. I don't think
For legal
Vapor would
reasons,
touch
that's
that.
a joke.
Yeah, for legal reasons, that's a joke. Seems based as fuck here. Oh, trust me. If I had more clips I could pull up, this stream would just evolve into Ferret very quickly, and I didn't want to do that. But I wanted to throw this jab out a little bit because she thought Charlie Kirk was dying was funny. So here's her piece of the pie.
But it's okay. It's okay. We do have retards in the world, so it's all right.
It's
all right.
I just don't understand how it goes from, we're having fun, we're laughing, and then all of a sudden
Well,
we're
it's just
pissed
me
off.
getting sick and tired of her just being like, free speech, and all. And
It
then
is
I
free
get fed up with her with the
It is free speech.
me
I'm
saying
allowed to
anything
say.
against religious people, and she's going, oh, but you gotta protect them, you gotta protect them.
Yeah, because everyone's allowed protection. I agreed that you are allowed protection as well, but I just told you straight, we're not around to that part yet, so what's the problem? Do you want me to blow smoke up your ass? Do you want me to lie?
No, I want to be able to be like, oh yeah, I should be allowed to be like, fuck your religion, stop doing this to me to people.
Oh yeah, be hateful towards everybody, because that solves everyone's problems. Hate breeds love. That's what we're told in school. Yeah, you got it right, Ferret, absolutely. Let's just breed hatred. Let's not try to understand anybody. Let's just not do that anymore. And let's bitch and cry when people question. Let's just do that, eh? Because that's what all the leftists are doing. Which, by the way...
You know that, right?
It cuts off there. It only saves in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Sorry. There is more to it, but this is the closest I can get without pushing it to being a Ferret stream. So, and
I'm energetic now. I got a little bit of Dr. Pepper in me, and I put a little pep in my step. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I did in my OBS.
Yeah. So, because she wanted to make fun of a man with a family who died in front of his family, and she wants to be like, "Yay, he died! Fuck men! I hate men." And she wants to act tough, and she wants to sit here and talk about like bullying people, and acting like she's laughing about it. The next time you see her, you see someone who's always hopping into voice chats, bitching about her day, and crying about men and Republicans and conservatives, and wanting to fuck with you and make fun of you and try to get you banned whenever you make fun of her back because she can't take it. Just lean on in and ask her. Just ask her. Just listen to this. Just lean in and just ask her, "Hey, Ferret, have you gained weight?" Just lean in and say, "Hey, Ferret, you look a little chunky today. You look a little.
Top, how's it sitting?
Yeah, how's it sitting? How's the scale? Does the scale tell you you're a fat fucking pig today? You kind of look like one." Hey, don't cry now, okay? You don't go to the mods, don't go to Bag, don't go to other people and try to get me banned for saying this, okay? I'll buy you some Twinkies and you can depression eat them away, because you're a fucking fat bitch.
No kidding?
Yeah, so just say that to her.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I have a question for you. What unites the left wing? What makes the left wing come together in community? Because with the right wing, it's obviously Christianity and their collective commitment and love for Jesus, and also nationalism. They are nationalists. America, flag, nationalism. Where for me personally, when I think of national, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I don't know if she's throwing up in her mouth because she's like, "Oh, I hate America. Oh, it makes me puke." I don't know. That's the mystery. That's just the mystery on the tip of my tongue. I'm just kind of thinking about,
So, we don't have a unifying glue in the left wing that binds us together. What is it? What brings us together? What do you think?
Hatred.
Yeah, pretty much. And
hatred is a terrible glue to have for community, because you're always, at that point in time, you're always going to have to find the next target in order to keep that fucking cycle perpetuated. It's a fucking terrible thing. And when you have nothing else to fall back on, you say, "Well, we have love for one another." And it's like bullshit. The moment that you don't have a person that you can blatantly attack and blame for all your problems, you're going to have to look inward. You're going to have to look yourself in the mirror. You're going to have to look that person in the mirror that you are, and you're going to have to say, "Am I okay with the person that I see in this mirror?" And chances are somebody in your circle probably isn't okay with that person that's in that mirror, and you'll be next.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. They kind of eat each other too. A lot of now, of course, this isn't really meant to be like a clip that's fully making fun of Dems, because these clips I have are Democrats or people who are just realizing what the fuck is going on right now. Because not every single Democrat is sitting here cheering that an innocent man was murdered for no reason.
There was a reason why he was.
Yeah, there was. It was because he had a different opinion, and that's bad.
Because he said he had the balls to say what he thought.
Yeah, and
that's dangerous.
That's bad. That's dangerous. You can't have opinions anymore. You can't challenge anything. You're not allowed to do that. You have to fall in line and buy product.
This was my turning point. When Charlie first died, when I first found out, I was upset. I didn't follow Charlie, but I would see his, videos online all the time, and I would think, well, this guy, I don't know if I agree with everything he says, because I didn't follow him like that. But this guy has like this open dialogue. It's very refreshing. I never saw it, and I respected him for that. Now, I'm a registered Democrat, but for the last 3 elections, and before that even, I don't vote for party. I vote for whoever I think is going to be the best and whoever we need.
The shiniest of two turds.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how people should be voting. It shouldn't just be whether they vote Democrat or Republican exclusively. It's who they think is going to be better. That's how it should be. But I guess not.
Having said that, I have realized that I do lean more on the conservative side now. But the one thing that really brought it home for me, the day Charlie died, my daughter came home from school. She's 11 years old. We live in Jersey, in Hudson County. It's a very democratic, liberal area. And, my daughter goes to school. They're in 6th grade. These children have a lot to say about Trump supporters. And my daughter, from peer pressure and whatever, has felt weird that I'm a Trump supporter. And when I asked her when she got home if she knew who Charlie Kirk was and what happened, she turned to me and said, yeah, I hate that guy. And that was my turning point. We never spoke about Charlie in this house. We never even, I don't even know if she's ever seen his stuff. And I'm really getting sick of people quoting him and then me having to go and find the transcript of that specific quote and send it to them. And then come back to me and go, oh, yeah, okay, I understand now.
And that's a common thing you'll see. Especially, I'm so happy that I'm my age now, because I would not want to deal with this if I was still in school. It makes me really happy. Because I don't think people actually know this. When I was in middle school and early mid-high school, I was a Democrat. I was. I leaned to the left more than I did the right. And it wasn't until Trump started running for office back in 2016, 2015 when I graduated, that I looked around at my teachers who are constantly, I had English teachers who were bringing him up and talking about how awful Republicans were. I started actually listening to what they were talking about and what they were saying. That's when I did a hard flip to being more right-leaning. Now, I'm not a particularly big political person, to be honest with you. So streams like this are extremely rare for me when it comes to politics, because I think it's just one giant-ass rabbit hole that people don't actually pay attention to at all. Oh god, this reminds me of my special ed teachers back in 2016. Tried to make something about politics. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And it wasn't just normal teachers, special ed teachers did it too. And it's disgusting to see. It's really fucking unbelievable to watch. Let me pull this up. Do I have this one clip? I have these ones sorted. I don't know if I put this one on the wrong one or not.
But he's a professional.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. I found it. Because if I was in school, you'd probably see more stuff like this.
My son, 6 years old, was prohibited from sitting next to his friend on the school bus because a parent objected to my perspectives on book challenges. My older son's history teacher allowed students to label him a Nazi file simply for his interest in history and participation in ROTC. She later nominated my son as the most likely to become a dictator and had his classmates vote on it and try to force him to the front of the class to receive the certificate, which he rightly refused, all because of his conservative values and our perspectives.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's how it is for kids in school nowadays. It's awful. It's fucking absolutely maddening to see and look. Oh, really wakes you up.
You're gonna be so proud of me. Finally, I switched to Republican Party as a registered voter. I've always been registered Democrat, but obviously you know the reasons. And I made it official. Yes. In California, I am a Republican.
And the reason why you're seeing this more is because I want you to compare. I want you to compare what happened between the difference between Charlie Kirk, how people mourned him, versus how it went for George Floyd, a drug addict who had robbed pregnant women at gunpoint and was addicted to fentanyl and died.
He got killed because he was trying to buy a banana with a counterfeit $20 bill.
What a martyr. And he's the martyr for Black Lives
Golden
Matter.
casket. Have the government officials kneeling at your golden fucking casket. And fucking cry your little eyes out like a dumb fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm. So why don't we see example of how things went between the two?
This is what we do. This is what we do. Everybody out! Get out! Damn, y'all.
Yes, this is nice civilized society on the right.
The greater concrete ape is hungry.
Yeah. And I know some of you are thinking, damn, these people act like wild animals, don't they? Do they? Oh, ye.
Toasty.
Yeah. That's Yogi Bear. That's Yogi Bear going in to the convenience store, gas station, whatever the fuck, and he's more respectable than these fucking people. Oh. So yeah, it's calling them animals. That grizzly bear that maybe wanted his honey bars. He got them. He got them respectively. If that bear had like pockets and a wallet with money in it, he would have probably put the money on the counter before he left.
What a shit show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely is.
Can someone please tell me why my kid is watching CNN at school? CNN News for Kids? First off, so many issues with that in general, because Why? Why is that important? Irrelevant lies. Why? But also, this is why math scores and English scores and writing and everything is down. Because we're more focused on doctrinating our kids into the CNN life, the CNN news, instead of teaching our kids math and writing. Like, come on, let's just get back to teaching. We can choose as parents to let our kids watch either CNN, Fox, whatever news, but our kids don't need to be doing that at school.
Always fun. Back. He's dead. They got him. I think Bag might have went to the bathroom.
Oh,
he did not.
Oh, my mic was muted. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was like, hello, hello.
Well, at least someone told me. He won't wake up.
He won't wake up, Spears.
Well, wake up, Spaz. He's dead. No, I'm just a fucking idiot. It's been too long. I'm muting myself so I can, hit my vape pen, so I'm not just annoying everybody. I'm sorry. It's kind of finicky.
Everybody, all of 2 people.
Well, it's not just 2 people watching. It could be people coming in to watch later on when the stream is done. Because I don't like tell people, hey, I'm going to stream. I just do it when I feel like it. No, I won't. You can't stop me. Never. I was sitting here wondering, what the fuck? I just looked down. Oh, it's beep. Oh, it's just blinking. It's muted. Whoops. Boomer Bag fucking up again. Let's just fast. He's a ghost. But I remember back in school, especially nowadays, they were really subtle about pushing the left-leaning agenda down your throats. They were very subtle about it. And nowadays, they're just up front. Like, it's just right there. Like, if you ever want a reason to never send your kid to public school, this is the reason why. If you can afford it, send them to private school, for God's sake. Do them a solid. It costs more, yes, but it's worth it. At least they're not being fucking brainwashed. Kind of beats the alternative. So, of course, we got people who are flipping sides because they're rightfully pissed off about all the libtards advocating for violence. They're kind of sick of it. They don't like it anymore. And the government's been cracking down on a lot of these people, which we'll get into a little bit more later. But they're trying to, after Charlie Kirk's death, they're really pushing out to get rid of illegals. They're deporting them in mass quantities because they can't deal with it anymore. And while the government will shut down because illegals, people came here illegally, can get access to health care, what about our veterans?
7 times over the course of the last 6 years, dude. The VA has continued to let me down. I just want some continuity of care with mental health providers. These doctors keep quitting, they keep switching. And then the one doctor that I really liked, who talked me off a ledge the last time, refused. I had a split because they fell in a network and then they came back in a network. So I went the last 2 years dealing with my own demons myself and trying to hold it together. And then come to find out it's like May, it's like late May, and he denied taking my case back. April 12th, and I'm just finding out, dude. And now I gotta go back to some new doctor. And then I gotta open Pandora's box again because they're gonna want to know everything, and then I'm gonna have to live through work and do that for a month. I just want some continuity and care, dude. I'm fucking so tired of it. I just want to be able to talk to the same person and have the same individual manage my goddamn meds.
I don't have to play the rest of that clip, but pretty heavy stuff that people who put their lives on the line, this is how they get treated. Meanwhile, illegals, if you try to deport them, you'll get people just like Tyler Robinson, the guy who shot Charlie Kirk, to try to assassinate you. Now, I don't have the slides for this other assassination attempt, but I'll give you the short version of it. Plus, we kind of need to save time because we got a lot of other shit to go through. There was a kid who was a loser, big surprise, who wanted to go out and kill a few ICE agents to make them afraid, to be in fear. Now, their goal was to kill the ICE agents, but instead, they shot the detainees, the illegals, and killed them, and then killed himself.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, and of course, you know, people talk about, you know, this is the same thing with Tyler Robinson. A lot of people said that, oh, he was a Republican. It was a Republican on their own side, and they tried doing this fucking bullshit again with this new guy. I don't care what his name is, okay? Because he's a fucking loser and a retard, and he died as one. He died a complete fuck up. He couldn't even get that shit right.
I'm gonna call him Elliot Rogers 3.0.
Yeah, you know, maybe that was his name. Elliot Roger version 3. Now, again, I don't have the slide. You can go and look up the full story if you want it. But that's basically an outlier of what happened and a bit of the aftermath to go after all the ICE agents. You know, make them afraid. They need to be afraid for doing their jobs. Jesus Christ. That's how it goes. But of course, we've talked primarily about stupid people who have no inch of power, who are completely worthless. We talked about people who are concerned and are flipping sides. But we haven't talked about any of the talking heads and the politicians, because it's in the ball is in their court right now. When it comes to people like Hassan and Destiny, when it comes to streamers, they're catching a whole lot of hands for some of the dumb shit they said. Don't worry, we'll get to that. But politicians and political figures, you know, they got some interesting spicy meatballs to share with us. And what a good place to start than with the FUD in chief or whatever, or formally was Tim Walz.
I'm getting called out on this because I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator. It's because he is. It's because he is. Oh. The governor's being mean, and the governor's speaking out on that. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce.
Okay. Mr. I became friends with school shooters, okay?
You know, this is a common trend you've seen ever since the election came along. You've been seeing it more and more. It kind of feels like all these people, that all these talking heads are being more violent. They're calling for violence, aren't they?
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
Try to prevent the spread of the lawlessness and the fascist chaos that's been unleashed against us.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist,
fascism, a huge component of fascism, is uniting racism, bigotry, a form of racist nationalism.
We are now living in a fascist dictatorship.
We are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country. We're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government.
Not only to roll over to Donald Trump's will, but to roll over our democracy and allow him to take over this country as a fascist dictator.
When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, said, "No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core."
And you can find more clips where they're a lot more out there of what they're saying. You can find the clip of Biden talking to an audience that he was back in school with Trump. He'd take him behind the bleachers and beat the hell out of him. I don't know how well that would go for Sleepy Biden, to be honest with you.
Come on, man.
He'd probably fall asleep before he even got the chance to even, like, get ready to punch Trump. I don't know, maybe an ice cream truck will just drive by, and maybe he'll get distracted and want ice cream. I don't know. I don't know. But of course, you know, Trump comes out, he basically cracks down. He puts his foot down. He decides to put his foot down. But of course, the talking heads have a method, or at least know what's causing all these problems. Clearly, we're going to find out what that is.
Now that we can say with some certainty that if Tyler Robinson indeed shot Charlie Kirk, he shot him for personal reasons, because he saw Kirk as a direct threat to somebody he loved. That Robinson was not a stochastic proxy murderer from Antifa, or the Groypers, or the right-wingers who had so recently called Kirk a fraud, you know, like Laura Loomer. It is then also clear that there is truly only one person whose words created, amplified, mainstreamed, and manufactured this nightmarish environment that has led to Charlie Kirk's death. The leading threat in this country, in this moment, to the safety and the lives of conservatives and Republicans and MAGA commentators and politicians and civilians is not George Soros, and it's not Antifa, and it's not a Democrat, nor a liberal, nor a socialist, nor an immigrant, nor a transgendered person. The leading threat in this country, in this moment, to the safety and the lives of conservatives and Republicans and MAGA is Donald Trump.
Yep. It's Trump's fault. Orange man bad. Orange man bad. The same thing we've been hearing for the last few years. Orange man bad. Oh man. Oh man. So, yeah, that's the talking point. It's Trump's fault. It's not people being told that they need to rise up and be violent and be a little meaner, so to speak. No. No, that's not it. That's not it. It's Trump's fault. As they always blame. It's always Trump's fault. Biden sucks so much ass as a president. He got Trump back in the office. Pretty much. I mean, even when AOC was replacing Biden, can you name anything that she did? She's like the Wish.com version of a Democrat politician. You can't name anything about her. She just kind of came and went. The annoying coconut lady with the most insufferable laugh on the planet. But yeah, politicians are losing their shit. They're being lumped in together. Some of them are being investigated too. But there's been an interesting one that I thought was really funny because they can't stop themselves from fighting. They can't stop themselves from making asses out of themselves. And we've been seeing it these past couple of weeks. Like the main ones that you think about, like Mark Hamill, which is kind of funny. He went to the he was part of the dark side the whole time, wasn't he? You got Stephen King, the guy who denies the Epstein list and writes stories about children doing things to each other to beat a monster. You know, normal people. And of course, you got the late night show hacks who are also running their mouths. You know, they do funny stuff. They say funny things. You know, they're really funny and quirky.
Hospitals get any more overcrowded, they're going to have to make some very tough choices about who gets an ICU bed. That choice doesn't seem so tough to me. Vaccinated person having a heart attack, yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo, rest in peace, Wheezy.
Don't you find that funny?
Not really.
Whatever. You don't have good taste. You fucking chud.
I actually don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, it don't matter. So, of course, you get the late night hacks who want to say stuff. And one of them said something so fucking outrageous that it almost destroyed him completely.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
Well, that clip stirred up a lot of media, a lot of very angry people. And I'm going to play it again. I'm going to stop and I want you to listen to what the fuck he said.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between.
Did you catch that? I think you caught that. He's pushing out a lie that was already disproven the day it happened. You see, at the time, when this was like, it just happened, there were people who were making a bunch of fake shit to say that Tyler Robinson was a MAGA guy. He wasn't. He was a rip-roaring, retarded libtard, pretty much. Absolutely insane. And this has been out for, like, the past few days. So, Kimmel decides to hop on TV and push out the lie that, oh, it's the MAGA guys. Now, this causes a huge uproar. A massive uproar. Now, the thing you have to know about Kimmel is that his ratings have been dying for the last few years because he's not funny and his show sucks. Not very good. So, ABC, in retaliation to this, along with the FCC, they got his show pulled off the air for a while. Momentarily, yes.
Mickey Mouse pulled the plug, and Jimmy Kimmel's not happy. ABC suspended his late-night show indefinitely. He was spotted storming out of the studio last night and hopping into a getaway car. Even across the pond, Trump couldn't resist.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago.
So why did Kimmel get benched? He falsely framed you for killing Charlie.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Almost half of ABC's affiliates were threatening to black out his show that night. Advertisers were burning up the phones. ABC executives were getting flooded with emails. Disney boss Bob Iger wanted Kimmel to apologize, but Kimmel said, "No way, Bob."
Now I don't have to go and play the rest of this because we kind of know how the story kind of ends. Yeah, he gets his show back, of course. But yeah, it was a very big outrage.
He got it back in a limited capacity. I believe there were some some of the what do you call it? Some stations that were owned by other media corporations that are independently owned but are affiliate with ABC. Said they would not be airing a show. So what that entails, you're wondering, well, how does that work? Well, they'll just find something else to fill that time slot in that broadcasting area.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't looking too good for him. And of course, a bunch of people come out to talk about free speech, which is pretty funny considering what conservatives have had to deal with for the past while. So what do they have to say?
His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans, far from the working tirelessly to promote unity, unquote, asserted by the majority in this resolution. It is equally important that Congress does unite to reject the government's attempt to weaponize this moment into an all-out assault on free speech across the country, all in the name of Charlie Kirk.
Your
mic's fucking up, bro.
What is it? Yeah, it's coming through. I don't know why.
Now.
I don't know why it's acting weird.
For the longest time, the left has been the one that has been getting people thrown out from their jobs, trading up certain things. Hell, when we were having a conversation about before the stream started about Warhammer, and you said Warcraft, no, Warhammer. The company Games Workshop actually has a person on their staff who is a communist who did make a tweet celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. There is an article on spikybits.com, which is a website where you can see all kinds of tabletop news and whatnot, that was talking about, it has names, sources, and whatnot, and they had a person who had worked with him and has said that this individual makes moves and passive-aggressive remarks and makes the workspace toxic enough to where if you don't agree with him, he wants you pushed out by any means necessary, whether it be starting rumors about you or just absolutely making you feel like you're not wanted there to get you removed as soon as possible. Yeah, but because it is a UK-based company, they're not going to necessarily do... Hell, they can't even stop freaking immigrants from running around with rape gangs and fucking Romani people wanting to threaten fucking 9-year-old girls. I don't think they can actually... they're actually going to do anything about that. Games Workshop's always been kind of left-leaning when it came to all this shit. Plus, they're a UK-based company. They're not going to fucking do anything.
Pretty much, yeah. And you know what? You mentioned games. While this is going on, of course, you also have a bunch of people in the games community, specifically on Reddit and Blue Sky, the usual suspects, who decide to go there and say how based it is that he died and cheering that he was murdered, hoping the bullet was okay, but not Charlie. So someone decided to make a Steam group about some of these people, and it's not just people who are sitting here cheering that he died. They're also giving shout outs to other games for people who, were like, violence is bad. And the list it's updated pretty slow, but you can just kind of scroll through and see plenty of games. You got The Last of Us, you got Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. Speed this up a little bit more. You got Battlefield, Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake, Max Payne, I'm pretty sure Subnautica 2 is here. Quake, which also, that really upsets me. System Shock 2. Yeah, Turok. That one's sad. PO'd. The Thing. I wanted to get that game too. And that's pretty fucking sad to see. Like, yay, murder's great. You know, Tomb Raider, Doom, because Bethesda made a big fucky wucky on that one. And if you're wondering about these games being in my library, I've had them for a while. So I didn't go out and buy them. Subnautica 2, yeah, I was right about that one. Power Wash Simulator. Plenty of games.
I got a very controversial take when it comes to well, it's controversial, but it's more of a realist stance on it. I don't necessarily see that like, you know, we should have a message of anti-violence. No, I'm very much of the mindset that is this the road you want to go down, because there are a bunch of people who have like waited for such a thing to occur, for people to unmask and show their true colors in their own in their own places of business, in their own communities and everything of that nature. And a few of them may be a little bit on the crazier side. If violence is definitely the route that you really want to go, do you think that you're actually equipped to deal with said violence? Because the left has done a really good job of demoralizing the police, creating a system of governance that lets crazy people back on the street who murder people in broad daylight and then laugh about it, giving them a slap on the wrist and all this other crap. The freaking federal government is overburdened with a bunch of fucking bullshit right now being shut down. Nobody has capacity to do anything. Nobody's getting paid for hardly doing anything as it stands right now. Do you honestly believe that if it were to get scalding hot where you currently reside, you're comfortable now, that you'll actually be able to make it if the same was done to you?
I'd say the answer would be no. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, that's something that
I'm
looking forward to seeing everyone reap the rewards of their own labor in this situation.
I am. I think it's pretty funny because, we got another clip. We got Hillary, of all fucking people, talking about this too.
It is a direct government action to try to intimidate employers, organizations, corporations, much of which we've already seen, to remove an opponent, even though it's a comic. I had no idea when I was in public life and listening to the jokes that were made about me and the attacks that were, coming from people like Jimmy Kimmel and others, that I could have called up the head of the FCC and said, take them off the air. I don't like what they're saying.
Yeah, but no one blew your brains out across the freaking stage. No one fucking misplaced all your blood with air live in front of everybody, in front of your family. No one's done that, and they made a joke about it.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Like, even when I, when I found out that Biden had cancer a couple of months ago, I wasn't cracking jokes about it.
No, I heard about that day. I didn't know he had he get cancer. They're trying a bunch of shit for him. And it's one of those situations I think to myself, well, he's so old, why would you bother? And then I was like, well, maybe being a guinea pig for some experimental thing actually isn't the worst idea.
I guess.
But I mean, if it works, great. We can put that down the hat. But, the dude, the very concept of doing all these things in order to keep a freaking 80 or 70-year-old man going, it just speaks to what money can do. Money and status can do when someone who isn't the president in the same boat would never get this sort of treatment.
No, they wouldn't. It's a very good spending of tax dollars. Yeah, your insurance declines paying for your son's life-saving medical procedure for whatever he's got, you have to pay out of pocket and you don't have the money. Oops, I guess he's gonna die. Oh well, lol.
Occur medical debt is the one debt that doesn't gain interest.
Yeah.
It's the one debt you can literally tell someone to go kick rocks. You can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. What a nice society. We have a great healthcare system, and remember, it's free for everybody, especially if you're illegal. But of course, you know, Kimmel lost his show. Everybody's crying about it being censorship, like this fucking idiot.
Jimmy Kimmel's show was canceled. We don't know what the reasons are, really. It's very cloudy and murky. I don't understand what's happening right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know why he did. He just insinuated. He just told a fucking lie on air that he knows is bullshit.
Why is this happening?
Why is this happening?
Something you literally spread misinformation as if it's gospel. Get fucked, you fucking clown.
Mm-hmm. And they're crying about more free speech.
Industry doesn't understand what's happening right now, but what they do understand is our freedom of speech is being attacked. I heard Mark Maron today talk about it. He said, you guys were so afraid of being canceled. You went out and you screamed and you yelled about being canceled. But the cancellation was coming from people who didn't like what you had to say. It was coming from people who didn't agree with what you were saying and were speaking out about it. This cancellation is the United States government coming and taking your voice away from you. It is the United States government that is now suppressing the freedom of speech. It is the United States government, not your neighbors, not someone on social media. It is the government doing it now.
No, see, that's the funniest part right there, too, because half of it isn't the government doing it. I mean, the FCC was pulling it mainly because it was disguised misinformation for a freaking act of, like, blatant, like, you know, dehumanizing cruelty.
Yeah.
But a majority of everyone else who ran their fucking mouth and found out were just from, like, random citizens going through and figuring them out. Like, because you had the fucking balls. You had the fucking cock and balls to go on your freaking Twitter or your Tumblr or your freaking YouTube or your freaking TikTok with uses your real legal name, turn on your camera, make a bunch of dancing and hooping and hollering noises and whatnot, clearly showing around everywhere that you are. Freaking, you know, 2 Google search later, they have your address, your name, your kids' names, your past like 15 past employers, your current employer, your Facebook. Which if you're like this obsessed, you have like, you know, have this much vanity to actually show your face on, you know, there. As soon as they find your Facebook, and if you're probably vain enough to say that I work at insert company here and here at this position, and just another Google search later, oh, look at that. They found your fucking bosses and the number there. There's the fucking where you fall in the chain of command, okay? And you have to sit there, and then the game that has been played for years saying it does this represent your company? Now, personally, I believe that what you do online should be separate from what you do as a profession.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole entire point of having like a Sona or something of that nature.
Pretty much.
You would never catch me like, well, I say you won't catch me saying this shit or in a uniform. I've literally said this at work. So that probably doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, I'm the same person as I am online as I am on work. Never mind, that doesn't apply to me.
Mm.
There's like people are going fucking insane.
Yeah, give Bruce some ammo to make up more shit.
There's nothing there for that one. Trust me. If I show you something later, you'll see that it's like a dead fish, just dead in the water.
Pretty much. But yeah, they're sitting here. They're crying about more free speech. We're losing our rights. let me show you something. I'll show you this. YouTube was sued for a shitload of money because big tech companies and the US government underneath Biden, wanted to pull people away who talked about the election, who talked about COVID, and had their shit banned for daring to speak. For daring to say that maybe something fucky-wucky's going on. They got banned for that. Now, YouTube is supposed to be reinstating their channels, and I highly doubt any of the people who were banned would even come back anyway, because they've already got a taste of what it's like. Okay? The FCC came in to stop someone from telling lies. Already disproven lies. And on Twitter, we had Trump banned for quite a while until Elon took it over. We're not the same. Okay? We're not the fucking same here, bros. We're not.
No.
And they always, anytime you saw that, when you were on social media, and you said something other people didn't like, and they flag and take your shit down away from you, they'd always smugly tell you, well, it's a private business. They have the right to do so. Always so smugly for the last few years. What happens when Kimmel lies on air and does that shit? He gets taken down and they cry, free speech. And the ones who go on social media to talk about how Charlie Kirk's death means nothing and that his death is nothing, he will die not as a martyr or anything else. These people actually lose their jobs. Plenty of them have been fired for what they've said. At the hospital I worked at, I've heard multiple reports of people, like doctors, getting fired. Nurses, all those people fired for laughing about Charlie Kirk dying. Because what are they laughing about? Like at their core. What did Charlie Kirk do to deserve that? He was a family man who talked to people. He treats people mostly with respect. He's got kids. He's got a wife. And that's it. He wasn't a criminal like Floyd. And Floyd's a martyr. But Charlie Kirk is not? Really? Really? And if you think that it goes both ways too with this, because there are people who work at certain businesses and they show emotion, right? They care about Charlie Kirk. They got fired. They got fired because they cared about a man dying. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. But that's where we are right now. And seeing some of the points people make and the things that people talk about, you know, like people talking about like free Palestine, you know, that Israel's bad. Yeah, Israel's not great. Palestine is even worse. And a lot of these people who are gay, who go out into the streets and are talking about free Palestine, how well does that go for them? Is it going well for you? Does it go good for you? They will never accept you. It's especially funny seeing, like, you know, gay people do it and shit like that, you know? They hate you. They don't want you. It's ridiculous to see, isn't it? Am I wrong here?
I don't know.
I'm not wrong. I'm bi. They'd kill me. They would. They wouldn't accept me. They probably wouldn't accept you either.
I
And if
don't
you
need to be. I don't need to be accepted by a bunch of people that if I made one joke, they'd collapse in the floor.
Yeah, especially if you joke about my prophet.
You have to defend the honor of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's too many people that are getting comfortable with saying derogatory things about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everyone who tries to slander the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam must know that in the presence of a Muslim, you cannot say this because you risk getting your tongue ripped out of your mouth. That's what the enemies of your beliefs need to know. That's why you need to be training, you need to be strong. That's why we need unity amongst Muslims. Because when there's no unity, that's when they get their confidence to speak negatively on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We can never allow this to happen.
That's what happens when you make fun of their pedophile prophet.
He sounds like an Irishman who has really accepted the faith.
Maybe he lives in Birmingham and he's fucking sick of it. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I know he lives across the pond and he's wearing a freaking soccer jersey.
Oh, it just goes so good. And when it comes to other countries, you know, it comes to all this stuff about what's going on. You have posts, you look at stuff online. You know, you look at stuff, you save stuff, you say some things, and then that's it. In America, in a way that should be, you shouldn't be losing shit, right? Because you had an opinion. How is it like in other countries?
Okay, what was it? Sorry, I don't like the camera. You can have my body cam. I can exhibit that to you. I just don't like the camera, really. Okay, well, I'm doing this because this is my own house and I am telling you why I'm doing it. So I just need to know why would she's basically viewed a post which is not an arrestable offence. Yeah. Okay.
It happened in May and you're completely fine. The only thing is we need to seize the phone at this current moment.
Yeah.
The phone needs to get seized from us, otherwise we will escalate this further. So,
but with a voluntary interview. So have you seized anyone else? Is she the only child you're picking on?
Voluntary interview, you'd be able to come.
Have you spoken to anyone else?
No,
we'll come to the station now.
Do you mind letting her finish her sentence before?
Yeah.
Does have to get further escalation, unfortunately.
That's fine. We'll come to the station now.
The phone isn't seized right now, and we're not able to basically get the phone.
We gotta take your phone. We gotta take your phone. Yeah, that's how it's going in Bongland right now. Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's just lovely. You get threatened, you get stabbed, you get gang raped. But you say a post on the internet, we gotta take your phone. We gotta take it away from you. It's not yours anymore. You don't own anything anymore. You can't have an opinion. This is Bongland. This is Yellow Teeth Land.
What you got there, my lord?
Oh, how it goes. But this is all okay. All this is completely fine. It's all okay. It's okay. Because they do nothing, right? They do crimes, but they're not criminals.
I understood what was kind of pushing them there. And so I do want people to know that just because someone has committed a crime, it doesn't make them a criminal. That is completely different. Being a criminal is more so about your mindset. Committing a crime can come for a lot of different reasons.
Yes. Yeah, my crime. You see, I thought when I was shooting up the elementary school, I was saving the kids from a Republican regime. I'm not a criminal. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Because you have a right to violence. Do you know that? Especially if you're a minority. You have a right to violence.
Have a right to violence. All oppressed people have a right to violence. And I'm going to tell you something. It's like the right to pee. You got to have the right place. You got to have the right time. You got to have the appropriate situation. And I'm absolutely convinced that this is it.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful to see. Now, if you think about it, because this kind of ties back in with Jimmy Kimmel, there is a video I wanted to share with people that's actually really good, that fully dissects Jimmy Kimmel, how hypocritical he is. It's this video. I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to shout it out because it's absolutely worth a watch. It's a pretty damn good video. Because we're running short on time here, and we still got a few more things to go over. So, go find this video and watch it if you get the chance. But of course, it doesn't just stop there, because Antifa has officially been labeled as a terrorist organization, which is, thank you. It's been fucking necessary for the past few years, you know? Because, I mean, what have they done? They've destroyed people's lives, they've doxed people, they've threatened people, and now we have people who are dead because of them. And don't you worry, because the clips that I have of what I like to call the fuck around and find out, don't worry, I have the best people out in the field to find out what's going on. I got a very reliable source.
Okay, so we're in the middle of the icy riots here in LA. People are screaming. I think I just saw a cop throw hands with a furry, and Greg's trying to light a damn dart. Okay, so I think it's time I get the fuck out of here. Someone said the Marines are coming, and I don't know where Greg is, so let me know where I should go next.
So I got good people out in the field finding shit. But yeah, it's official. Antifa has been officially declared as a terrorist organization.
Regarding Antifa, what you posted. NPR, sir. Regarding
Are they still here?
They are?
Are they still here? Oh, good. Congratulations.
Yeah, regarding designating them a terrorist organization, when they don't have defined leadership or membership, how do you target them?
Who doesn't?
Antifa.
We're going to find out, right? We're going to see. People have been talking about it for a long time. We're going to see. Did they have anything to do with your network? No. Okay. But we're going to find out.
Yep, we're gonna find out. And so for the rest of this stream, I wanted to share some clips of people fucking around and finding out, because they're cracking down. Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, they're going full force. People are getting arrested en masse, and it's awesome. It's absolutely beautiful. And not only are they getting arrested, but they're getting just parted around back. Yeah, this is how you deal with them. You treat them like animals. So it's great.
Can't have nothing.
Can't have nothing in Detroit. Shit, I'm being hogtied and sent to jail.
I fucking told you, bro! I fucking told you! Hell yeah, bro! Fuck yeah!
I want you to see the reality of what's going on. I know that people oftentimes think Antifa is like really tough because they gang up on like one person and that's how they are. I hate these kind of lefties. Oh, trust me, everybody does. Nobody likes these fucking people. But this is what they are when they finally get in trouble. When it catches up to them, when their luck runs out. This is how they are. Afraid. Terrified. Someone needs to get this fat blob a security blanket. Maybe a teddy bear or something. I don't know.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, it sucks to suck, buddy. Oh man. Yeah, this is what happens when you try to act tough.
Stopping you! How many permit violations are we up to now? 27?
It's just music to my ears. It's just so satisfying to watch this. Look at them all just standing there at the end. Let me pull this back up again. Just look at them all standing there. Like, just standing there. Like, where's your power now? They're not fucking around anymore. They can't stand you. You want them dead. Where's that bravado now? Why aren't you fighting? Aren't you supposed to be a revolutionary? Is that what you pretend to be? Here, I made a diss track about Review Tech USA. I'd play it on stream, but we might have to save that one for another day. Because, I don't know. I'll listen to it, but I don't think I can play it on stream. Just throws her right on her ass. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Your stupid blonde-haired mask. Fuck off. Right to the curb. And this is another one. This should have been put with some of the other ones. I apologize. I was a bit split on this one, where it should go. But yeah, ever since the Charlie Kirk's assassination and the attempt on ICE agents that didn't actually hurt any ICE agents, it killed the detainees they were trying to save. Yeah, there are snipers perched up. Snipers at a peaceful protest. And people are wondering, why do you have snipers here? Oh, I don't know. Can you take a guess? I'll give you 3 guesses why. I'll give you 3 guesses. Snipers. Why do we have snipers all of a sudden? The mystery of the universe. I guess we'll never know, will we? So here's this guy. So here's this asshole being dragged off. Like a fucking ragdoll. Oh. Look at him carry his bitch ass away. At least they're nice enough to pick up the thing he dropped. Come on, stand up. Come on, be a man. Take your punishment. Do your little sissy walk away. Oh, it's so satisfying to watch. I got one more for you, too.
Oh, get him, yeah! That's a fuck around and find out right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oops.
Dragged off, never seen again. Oh, man. Let me see if I pull this, not that one.
I fucking told you now!
Let's pull this clip up again, because I want to talk about this, too. Because this is kind of important. The biggest dipshits will always whine about how violent the right is, then proceed to be the reason why the right is violent. That's the thing. With the comparisons I showed between the Floyd riots versus the Kirk memorial, there's a huge difference. People on the right generally have more restraint. Now, the thing is, when it comes down to it, the way to beat your opponent is to be a lot more mentally stable than your opponent. Right? That's what you want. That's generally what you want. And when it comes down to it, if the right started doing assassination attempts on like Biden or Hillary or whatever, that wouldn't be the right answer. That would be disastrous. Now, I have to say that I'm honestly split on if Trump will even survive all 3 remaining years of his term. I'm a bit split. I don't know if he will or not. But I will say this on record, that if he does get assassinated and dies, all hell will break loose. All hell. It'll be a civil war. I can see it.
it's already technically a civil war. One of the western states, I think it was Iowa, Midwestern Iowa.
Portland? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I could have swore it was in Iowa, but there was a situation where like 10 black vehicles had pulled up around where ice were, and gunfire was exchanged, and nobody was killed, but people were struck on both sides, and then they went to the same hospital. It turns out that the ICE agents went there, and they were being treated for their wounds, and the freaking Antifa people are being treated for theirs, and it's been leading towards Donald Trump authorizing the use of deadly force when necessary. And that's the serious thing that's on the table currently. It's already technically gotten that bad, like in certain places. Like I said earlier, it's like I said, some people are already ready for that kind of thing. But is everybody who's pulling up their phone and talking all this shit? They talk a really good game. How's their range date going? I'm wondering.
Well, I could tell for this guy, and there's probably a few like million other people like him who would just cower in fear. This image this image just captures it in full. If the right started swinging, like full force, no bars, beat down level, this is how they would be. So all the tough people who are sitting there cheering about violence and happy that an innocent man was assassinated for no reason at all, and it was celebrated that he died. Oh man. And I think that if Trump is assassinated, this is how they will be. It will be full on. It would be terrible. It'd be outright bad. I love this picture too. But yeah, we got plenty of mugshots that have came out too. A bunch of people. Oh boy. I love it. I love all these pictures, all these people of different, totally different ethnicities, I guess. They're all white, except for maybe that one woman. I wish I had my pointer on stream. I don't have it. Oops. Was one thing I forgot. You can see plenty of people, all these people with like insane faces, blue, fucking dyed hair, Satan, fucking things. Some of them you can't even tell if they're men or women or they're transitioning. Taking all the lovely faces. Taking all the lovely faces. And there's more to come. We're going to see more people thrown in jail. More people thrown in. Now, I've still got a few more minutes left. So, we talked about, let me see if I can pull this up. We talked about all these people, but we haven't talked about Destiny or how it's going for Hassan. And, I did miss a few things, like the memorials being trashed. We're kind of running on time here, Let me pull this up. It's going great. It's going great for all these people. Going so good.
Need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games. Okay. I'm done today. I don't give a fuck.
They need to be in fear, guys. They need to be in fear. That's what they need. They need to be in fear. They need to be afraid of being shot. And it also doesn't go very well for him either on news reports.
When? Yesterday, he said that.
the
No.
governor.
When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college? Not
I don't
the
know when he
18
was
years that
radicalized, but I do
because
know.
what you just said
I do
is not
know the
true.
very
No, that's
reasonable
not true.
sounding governor of Utah has made
No,
it
it's not
clear
true.
that the
No, he
event.
hasn't made it
You may
clear.
not want
He
to
said
hear
this is an
this.
ongoing investigation.
You may not
No,
want to
you don't
hear
wanna
it,
hear
Destiny.
Piers.
But the reality is, the investigators, according to the governor of Utah, have established that he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now, let me just
that's
ask you.
just not true.
Let me just
There's
ask
no
you.
way
well,
to deal with it. You're
Okay,
living in a
accusing the
delusional
governor of
fantasy.
lying.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. But if it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
So
The
you
fact
won't
that he
condemn
can go
the
on
murder of
Fox and
Charlie
Friends-
Kirk
I'm
until
just-
Donald Trump says
Piers,
something.
Just look at all their faces here, including Anna Kasparian. One of the, I guess she's still a host of the Young Turks.
Yeah, she is.
You know, as a side note, it's kind of interesting to see her react like this because she's like taken this. She used to be like super radical left, very big and progressive, very up the Young Turks' ass. And then over these past couple of years, it's like she's like inching closer and closer away from that.
Well, there's something to be said about that because like a while back, when she started realizing that the idea of what a woman was being challenged, and she wasn't willing to go along with that, the idea of like what it was to be a woman was being erased and changed, she spoke out against that, and the left and everybody's audience didn't like that. To his credit, Chet Huger stood up behind her and said, this is my freaking co-host. Like if you don't like that she has an opinion of her own, why the fuck you want to be like this? And they started realizing that after a while, the side that they've been pushing for the entire time doesn't want to have a conversation. They don't want to have any level of common sense. They just want things the way that they are, or whether they want them to be, and they will fight back against any sort of like thing that makes any sort of logical sense as long as it appeals to their worldview. And to go on to another point, when it comes like the left minded individuals, it was very interesting to see freaking Ethan Klein's reaction to all this news.
Mr. Coffee's hot take. Why does Piers Morgan invite a pedo to his show?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. I don't know. You can ask the same thing for the Dick Show as well. Oh, by the way, I also switched the stream over to my browser. I'm sorry. So you can actually hear it now. I apologize.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say, all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why
tell
would you
his side
expect
to
anybody,
calm down?
Destiny?
You
What?
can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why can't
Can
Trump
you
go on
answer
TV
this
and say,
question?
all of us should be less violent?
Why do you
can't
think-
Trump say that?
why do you
Why
think-
is your
Trump say
behavior
that? I feel
contingent
like
on Donald
I'm
Trump?
insane right now.
Why
do you
is
think?
your
No, let me
behavior
ask a
contingent
question.
on Donald Trump?
Let me
Why
ask
is
a
that?
question.
Because he's the president of the United States of America and the leader of the opposing political party.
Destiny. Let me
You
just.
have a huge audience of young men who
I'm a
listen to
YouTuber.
everything you have to.
I'm a YouTuber. I'm a fucking retard. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't take responsibility. I'm trying to quell the fires down. What was that he said earlier? They need to be afraid of being shot? Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. You can't make this up. Let's just keep going.
Say. So when it doesn't matter. You have a huge audience, and because of the fact that you have a huge audience, you have a responsibility to not turn. No, it hasn't. It hasn't been broken. I actually care about the country and want to bring people together. You do the opposite. You represent the worst of us, Destiny.
Flash out the crime statistics? Not exactly like.
You need conservatives to be afraid of.
And they just play the clip over that we already played. I see why his son hates him. Yeah, that's another thing down that rabbit hole. The rabbit hole of destiny. But yeah, I refuse to play ukulele I'm assuming that's ukulele. They removed JonTron from the original game. You know, JonTron, that's an interesting thing about JonTron too. He wasn't really into politics. And at that moment, whenever he said what he said, that was the first time he ever got a real taste of speaking more on the side of the right. It just, the inner Republican just slipped out. And of course, you know, Destiny has been, you know, he's been demonetized on YouTube, so that's all going just so good for him right now. Oh, it's going fantastic. How's it going? How's it going, chat? I can't make money anymore. Oh, I weep for you. Keep my boyfriend away from politics too. Yeah, I can't blame you. Trying to keep him away from it. It just brings out the worst in people. But yeah, it's going great. And by the way, this isn't in the stream, by the way, but yeah, he's actually being investigated by the government for the shit he said. Also with Hassan as well. Which, for Hassan, this is 20 minutes. We're not sitting through all of this because you can just get a taste. You know. Yeah, this is pretty recent too.
Brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
And by the way, for people who don't know, because it kind of ties in with the Young Turks, this is Chant Huger, you know, the lead man behind the Young Turks, the guy who denied the Armenian genocide for the past few years and tried to run for Congress in California a couple of years ago and lost horribly. This is his nephew, by the way. Just a fun fact for you. And this is him talking about building a makeshift gun to assassinate somebody that he didn't like.
This is the I believe that this was the makeshift electronic ignition device that was used to kill Shibe, the former prime minister of Japan.
Oh boy!
It uses the same kind of batteries that are in your vape as a ignition source for the makeshift shotgun shell reservoir. Well, not reservoir, but chamber, because those are it uses two electric switches in order to ignite his propellant for his pellets.
Why does this look like a pipe pistol from Fallout 4?
Because it essentially is. The only thing that's different is that he could. I don't know what he used for an ignition, like if you got a hold of a shotgun shell itself in this situation. But the way that this thing is made out is you're only gonna have these two shots, because you'd have to like open the back of this up. I don't know if he got a hold of actual shotgun shells or if he used a different kind of like propellant for the projectiles. That might be something worth looking into.
Yeah, I'm sure they're looking into it quite good, especially.
Well, no, they probably already figured that the people who got the damn thing probably figured it out. I'm just curious because over here I can make gunpowder. That's not a fucking problem. It's just more than the lines. I wonder if he made it himself or had to get his hands on it. It's easier to make gunpowder than it is to make soap.
Mm-hmm. Also, we got someone in chat. Y'all gay. Well, you're watching, so yes. You're even gayer. Get fucked.
Every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay? The moment is...
Like, I don't think we need to sit here for like 20 minutes. Let's just skip ahead a bit. How high does the counter keep going? 60?
60.
65? I think we get the point. Yeah, he's going to have a real fun time when they inevitably arrest his stupid ass. His dog looks so miserable. Yeah, I saw the whole thing with that too. Oh boy. Oh man. Well, so it's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride, to be honest with you. It's nice to see people who acted so smug to us for years finally get their shit rocked and not be put on pedestals, because there's a lot of stuff I haven't talked about, like how Antifa was also funded by George Soros, you know, and a few other stuff, because that stuff is still coming out, you know. And maybe people like the stream, I'll, you know, cover it like maybe a year or so later. I don't know. We'll see when we get cross that bridge. But I've been watching this for the past while, and it has been it's been a shit show, to be honest with you. But it kind of gives me hope. But it's a really bittersweet hope, because we just lost this guy. We just lost Charlie Kirk. That's what kickstarted it. So it's a really bittersweet thing to see. There was a light at the end of the tunnel, and it looks bright. Things are going to change, and I'm so happy. I don't know if I'll live to see it fully. I don't know. I could die at any moment. I could get assassinated with a pipe pistol or whatever for a stream with a few people watching, and whoever comes to watch the archive. But I'm happy to see that there is a turning point. It fills me with hope. And I hope it fills you all with hope too. And before we go, because I'm not going to play any outro music or anything, we're going to jump straight into ending the stream. But there's one last thing I wanted to play before we went off. And I'm going to let it just play by itself before the stream ends. And we'll say our good night. And I do have more streams planned later. We'll open that can of worms when we get there. I want to share a video of Charlie Kirk talking about if someone were to murder me. And we'll end off here.
If someone were to murder Alex or murder me, they already murdered themselves in that action. They already bestowed the punishment upon themselves. We are simply completing the task. When you take another person's life, you already took your own life.
I have concerns over things like the death penalty. Is it it's one of the 10 Commandments. You said no murder. So is it somehow justified because they're such a horrible criminal, or are they eliminating or changing the trajectory of God's plan for what it was supposed to be because they murdered somebody and they didn't go when God was ready for them?
Great question. So I get this question a lot. So it does say do not murder. It does not say do not kill. So those are two different Hebrew words, right? So to murder is a completely different thing than to kill. For example, you're allowed to kill in self-defense. Somebody comes into your house, you are allowed to take that life if your life is being put into jeopardy. In fact, to go a step further, the reason why it made sense to ancient Israel, did you know that a life for a life, otherwise known as the death penalty, is the only law that is in all 5 books of the Torah? It's the only law. Not even the Sabbath is in all 5 books of the Torah. Now, the Sabbath exists in Genesis, but it's not in all 5 books. So this idea of taking a life if you take a life, what is it rooted in? Why does it matter? Well, first of all, God is communicating to us the first thing. Taking human life is a major deal. That's God's first moral teaching in the Torah, that it's not to be trivialized. Let me give you another example. There's a law of the 613 laws of Judaism, of which we are not bound to the ceremonial law, which is one of them, that if an animal takes a human life, you must kill that animal. So it's like, okay, that's like, why do that? Well, what are you going to have, oh yeah, that's Lenny, he killed my uncle, and say hi. Like, you're going to keep that animal around? The only punishment imaginable for taking the thing that only we are made in the image of God. So if you take another image bearer's life, what could possibly be a just punishment for that? Well, according to the economy of God, it's that your life must also be taken. And according to scriptural theology, we are not taking that person's life. When you take another person's life, you already took your own life. I want you to think about that. If someone were to murder Alex or murder me, they already murdered themselves in that action. They already bestowed the punishment upon themselves. We are simply completing the task. And think about it. Some people will say, but Charlie, you know, it's not fair because of whatever sob story liberal reason. How is it, you know, what, and honestly, no, and I'll just close with it. I'll kind of finish with this. But you know who it's not fair to? It's not fair to the victims. You are cheapening the lives of the victims. You are basically saying the victims die and you get to live. So you get to continue to live even though you took the lives of others. So for example, I think it's fundamentally wrong that creep who killed those 4 college kids in Moscow, Iowa, that he gets to keep living. So he kills 4 college kids and he keeps on getting to have life, and those people don't. In order to say that those people's lives mattered, the only just thing that we can reason ourselves to is to take that person's life. And that is not murder, that is killing, and it's societal self-defense.
One hell of a way to put it. And it seems to be coming true because you can even see people like Trump also calling for the death penalty. So, and I didn't mention this earlier, but whenever they did the memorial, if you watch it, I'm sure you can find it. The widow, you know, Erica Kirk, forgave the shooter, which is a hell of a thing to do. You don't see that with most people who are on the left. You don't. You don't really get to see stuff like that. I wouldn't forgive him. I wouldn't. I want his head. I would want his head mounted on a wall, like taxidermied, forever. But that's a hell of a thing, you know? One hell of a thing. So there we go. There's your stream. And the leave us a comment. I won't read it. He'll read it to me. It'll be like a bedtime story. Yeah, don't give Rogue any ideas. Oh, don't worry. I got something for that later. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'll give you a bit of a spoiler. The super chat's coming back. But I'm not going to be nice about it. I'll say that. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I have no outro music. We're just going to end here. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had some laughs. Laughing at stupid people and people being crybabies about shit that they started. And I hope it does fill you with a little bit of hope. That there is a light at the end of this tunnel. Got anything you want to say, Spaz? Okay, fair enough. I want to go to bed too. I'm tired as well. So look, y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching the archive, thank you for watching it this far, somehow. And you all have a good one.